Michael Carrick is forced into only his second change since taking the reins as caretaker manager of Manchester United. Senna Lummons was firmly established as #1 goalkeeper before Carrick's arrival, but the appearances of Lisandro Martinez have been key. He has a slight calf problem though, so Lenny Yoro deputises. Casemiro is 34 today, and as his United career winds down, Kobbie Mainoo's has been reinvigorated. In the continued absence of Patrick Dorgu, Brian Mbeumo has recently been shifted into a role on the left, with Matheus Cunha making his mark, especially with his 2 goals in the last 4 matches. So Benjamin Šeško might be required to do yet another turn from the bench. Jack Moorhouse just... Thanks, Dave. And after a 13-day break to stew over their defeat by Bournemouth, David Moyes makes 3 changes, though Jordan Pickford is immovable as Everton goalkeeper. Jake O'Brien's suspension sees a switch for James Garner, and with Jarrad Branthwaite on the opposite side, a return for Michael Keane in the centre. Only his 4th start alongside Idrissa Gueye since the slap that brought Gueye's red card at Old Trafford. Tim Irabunum fills Garner's midfield vacancy. And after keeping him here rather than sending him back to Preston on loan, Harrison Armstrong makes the first 11. Tierno Barry retains his place despite being guilty of a big miss last time out. Seamus Coleman, who hasn't played since his 10 minutes against United in November, is on the bench, where there's a change of backup goalkeeper in Tom King.
Branthwaite. Manchester United currently on top in terms of possession and also attempts as well.
I don't know how the team would have expected anything else really. Manchester have done well converting that possession into attempts.
Dewsbury Hall. There's Cunha. Now to Bruno Fernandes. Casemiro. Here's Casemiro. Lenny Yoro finds Ahmad. The cross, and Cunha couldn't hold on to it.
Bruno Fernandes is complaining about something in the middle of the pitch, but this is the opportunity earlier. Very fortunate it came back his way, Ahmad, but that is a terrific save from such a short range from Jordan Pickford. Not for the first time this season. Reacting really quickly, strong right hand, pushing it, certainly keeping it out of goal before he was helped out by James Tarkowski. He's celebrating.
I was going to say, the reaction of Pickford says it all.
It was an important moment. I mean, only 6 minutes into the game, but Everton had tried to start by pressing. Manchester United were getting some relative joy, and really with the first real phase of passing from Manchester United, nearly scored the goal.
Manchester United again, but very quickly taken away by Everton.
Yeah, good feet initially from Kenya, but that was a good tackle from Irabunum. Had to time it well, and would have seen a yellow card.
Armstrong.
It's the second occasion Everton have won the ball back in a good position and just left a forward pass just behind a teammate, just stopping the momentum that maybe had. One of the key passes when you win the ball back, it has to be forward, it has to give your teammate opportunity to keep going forward.
David Moyes, of course, a former Manchester United manager. Europe. To Dalot. And Tarkowski was stayed down. Not sure if it was the landing that caused him the most trouble.
Yeah, I think it was the landing. I think he had his eyes on the ball. Ahmad just got underneath him. I don't think Ahmad does an awful lot wrong, if I'm being completely honest. When you're in the air, though, it just takes a slight touch and you completely lose your balance, and you can see not only does he fall, he twists as well. It will be an uncomfortable one. And again, one or two sharp passes and then a forward ball from Manchester United, and they do have that Everton backline stretched.
Well, the first meeting between Manchester United and Everton was back at the end of November. You can see Jake O'Brien, who's suspended for this game after receiving a red card. They'll have to make do without him. Tarkowski back on his feet. But yeah, the reverse fixture of this game